Alright guys, what's going on? Madden 13 video. Gonna play it for you at speed while I ask you to please take a second to hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment on the video if you feel so inclined. We're gonna talk about a lot of problems in this game that happen all on one play. And these are legacy issues, but more importantly, these are issues where you play somebody online and you're gonna get trash talk the whole game over a play like this. And then you go back and you realize there's very little football that occurs here. You're going to talk about this linebacker blitzing first and foremost, and you see the lane that he gets into. And let's continue to beat a dead horse and look at why this lane forms. Because when my defensive end is not chipped by the tight end, the tackle goes out and walks toward him. And I don't know where EA finds that in football, but they found it somewhere. And this is a lane that any defender is going to be able to run through. Now let's take it one step further and take a look at what happens here between Billy Mahala, number 69, and number 59. Now we all know, well established, there's no double team blocking in this game. So why is it when number 59 takes control of the defensive tackle that number 69 does anything in this play? All he does is really create more of a lane for me to run through. Now why is it after he was unable to pick me up as a blocker does he suddenly become so aware and agile that he's able to spin around and run backwards almost at the same rate that I run past him? These are things that don't make sense to me. On the other side, just want to take a second because I did notice this during the play. I look at the plays that I pick out, and I knew that my cornerback was set to go on a blitz here. When the fumble went down, I wondered where my corner was and why he wasn't there to aid in picking it up. And it's because this is the blitz that he chooses to run. He stops on the path to the quarterback and then allows the halfback to walk directly into him. Again, something I don't understand. Now, that's just all technique and basic football. Let's talk about rules in football. Now, I don't want to be ultra picky, but to me, that's an arm going forward, and this could be considered an incomplete pass. And that's fine. Game registers as a fumble. I can live with that. But what I want to talk about is, physics-based engine is what we've been sold on. There's a commercial right now that talks about how much Sir Isaac Newton would like Madden because it's physics-based. So I want to just show you this. And then we're going to go back and take a look at what occurs on this attempted fumble recovery. This is Cavell Connor and Corey Redding, defensive tackle and a linebacker. Now, tell me that they don't almost at the identical time play out this animation to the point where you really don't see any disparity between the two of them. And just one more time from this side. This is a 315-pound defensive tackle and a 243-pound linebacker doing the exact same move, almost in tandem. And I also want you to note that during this, and anybody that's ever tried to recover a fumble in football knows, you are not going to pick up a fumble like this, especially as a defensive tackle, and get right up seamlessly, almost as fast as a linebacker does. It takes a few extra seconds to get the ball, secure the ball, and get up. You don't just tumble through it. Now, to get back to the rules for a second, to me, when I hit an offensive player after a fumble recovery, this is down by contact. And you can see Corey Redding actually glides almost totally suspended in air after tripping over the quarterback. Yet he's able to maintain his balance and continue to run at the same rate as two linebackers that just got up off the ground. And I understand somebody might say, well, those linebackers probably aren't running full speed. Well, I don't care because I want to see some disparity between a player that's falling down totally and weighs 300 pounds and two players that are accelerating and running that weigh maybe 3/4 of that. And don't tell me that you shouldn't see anything that close to the goal line because this is a 10-yard span that this occurs, which is 1/10 of the field. So if we can't have continuity in that short of the field, then how do I expect the other 9/10 of it to be replicated correctly? So these are just a few problems that I find in this game, and I'm going to play this for you at speed from Corey Redding. And, really, things that need to be tightened up for this game to be considered simulation, and hopefully things that can get addressed in the future, because I don't believe these are things that are patchable, but they definitely are things that hinder the gameplay.